How do you make the perfect noodles for stir frying? How do you keep your beef super soft and juicy and tender? Well, I have all the answers and a few little tricks up my sleeve. These are my beef chow mein noodles. So there are a few little tricks that I have up my sleeve that will make your beef chow mein the ultimate, most perfect noodle stir fry dish ever. First of all, we want to deal with our beef. Now, how do we keep the beef really super tender and juicy? One of my pet hates is beef stir fry where the beef is like all hard and gross, and you know what I mean. It's not good. This one is good, and I'm going to show you how. First of all, you want to get your beef slices really nice and thin. Now, for me, you know, this kind of size is really good. I like a beef cut that has a little bit of fat through it, but you could use a leaner cut as well. This happens to be a Scotch fillet. Now I want to get that into my bowl here. And now flavor first, I'm going to start with a bit of soy sauce and then a dash of Chinese cooking wine. Now I know a lot of you like to keep your dishes alcohol free, so you could just add like a dash of apple juice or orange juice here just to give you a little bit more of like a fruity flavor that you kind of get from the wine. And then now we're all about our little pantry tricks for keeping our beef really soft and tender. So first up, baking soda. So without getting too food nerdy on you guys, the baking soda raises the pH level on the surface of the meat and actually makes it harder for the meat tendons on the inside to kind of stretch out or get dry. So they kind of keep really nice and, you know, tight and juicy and soft. So anyway, that's the deal there. And then secondly, I want to add some corn flour. So the corn flour is going to give us like kind of like a protective coating on the outside of each strip of beef. And that is going to make things cook faster on the outside and keep everything juicy on the inside. So there you go. A couple of little tricks. Now I just want to mix that together really well. And you don't need much time here, like literally I'm just gonna leave this while I get everything else ready for the stir fry. A few minutes is all you need. This next part, guys, absolutely crucial. We are gonna chit chat now about noodles. So one of the things that you guys are always telling me is that you have a big problem with your noodles. They get all soggy in the pan, they're all soft and sticky and gluggy, and let's solve that problem right now. Okay, so what you want to do first of all is start off with some fresh Chinese egg noodles for this one. I find they're the best ones for this particular chow mein stir fry. They look like this, and they're usually in the fridge section of supermarkets or your Asian grocer. If not, if you're using other noodles, that's okay, but the same principles will still apply that we're about to go through. Anyway, take your noodles and you want some boiling water. And what we're going to do here is, I'm not even going to call this cooking noodles. We're not cooking the noodles. We are just blanching them. We're just giving them a little bit of a head start. I don't even want them cooked through. I want them to be hard and firm still even after they come out of the water. That's the key, because if they're overcooked now, they will get soggy and gluggy in the pan when you stir fry them. And even if you're not using these particular noodles, the same thing applies. Undercook them, al dente. That's what you want. Less than al dente. Okay. So enough chit chat. It's literally, I know it sounds like I'm like giving you the do this, do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just obsessed with getting the noodles just right. Okay, put the noodles into your boiling water. Stir them around, and real time, guys, that's actually it. So get them off the heat, and then you want to drain them and get them straight under some running water. Get in there with your hands, pick them up, lift them up, get them really chilled down and cold. I don't want any kind of heat here. I want to stop that cooking. And now this is what you should have. Beautiful, very firm noodles. You know, they're almost sort of like bouncing. That's how firm they are when they hit the bowl. And now we're ready to start stir frying, and a couple more little bits of technique here are really going to help you out with keeping that beef really tender. So first of all, you want to get your wok or your frying pan really hot and add in some oil, and then grab your beef, get that into that hot oil, and straight away you want to be spreading that beef out in the pan so that you're getting as much high hot heat coming into contact with as much of the beef pieces as possible. If you've got everything clumped up, that's when you're going to get like stewing and everything steaming, and you're not going to get the beautiful brown searing that you want. Now what you want here is to see some nice colour on the bottom of the beef. So let's have a look. Okay, that's looking really good. Now is the time to start flipping and stir frying. So now that we've got that really lovely deep dark color on our beef strips, we want to go in with our garlic and some ginger and just toss that through. Oh, that smell already, so, I mean, whenever garlic and ginger hits a hot pan, I just get excited. Okay, now we want to add in some cabbage. So I'm going with some red cabbage here because I love that pop of color, but any, white cabbage or Napa cabbage is fine as well. Now, as soon as that cabbage is looking a little more tender, still crunchy, but nice and tender, now I want to go in with my noodles. Now add the oyster sauce, some soy sauce, and then I like to always add a little bit of dark soy sauce just to give you a nice, lovely color. And now toss everything through until each noodle strand is beautifully coated. Okay, so you can see just how lovely and luscious and separate all those beautiful noodles are. All right, time to add in my spring onion. Just toss that through. And then here's my little tip for whenever you're using sesame oil in a dish, leave it till the very end. If you add it at the beginning, it often loses its big intensity. So that goes in. So there you go guys, my very easy but technically perfect, sorry about the noodle lecture everyone, technically perfect easy beef chow mein noodles. All right, let's get in here and make sure that this tastes as good as it looks and smells. Oh, that beef, those noodles. Wow. You know what's amazing about that? That beef is so melt in your mouth tender. And those noodles, so chewy and delish. And there is so much going on there. Love it. Yum.